Do I look like I want fries with that? Hell yeah. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Kerrnel Does Feed the Beast. We are on the Trek Ultimate Unleashed server, and we are still on Unleashed Modpack. Wow, I screwed that up. We are on 1.1.3, as far as I know. I don't think we've upgraded yet. Um, so, this episode, I want to show you some of the things that we've been working on. Garixx has been doing a great job here with these little stalls. So this is our bazaar area, and it's looking pretty cool. I think we're going to put at least two, possibly four villagers in each of these stalls, and have item frames that represent what they're selling. But we may or may not do that. I don't know. I think that'll be a cool idea. And each of these will, I think, denote what they're selling generally, I think. So the magic-y kind of guys might get grouped together, and the guys that are selling meat might get grouped together. So I think that will be kind of cool. So I wanted to finish building the last two stalls here because we wanted to have some over in the corner. And we are using cherry wood for the most part. So we're using spruce in the corner, and this is cherry planks. And we are using cherry fencing for the ring around the top. And this is basically to keep the villagers in. And I didn't think far enough ahead, I don't think, because I don't know what I don't know what we're going to use for the top. So we're going to have to dye some wool. And you know what? Let me just worry about the frame for the other one, get that done, and then we can worry about the wool later. So let's get this bad boy in. And we'll do the four corners. I'm sounding a little stuffed up today. I think I've played my last round of golf for the year. I've got some tendonitis in my elbow, and it really showed up today in my round. Did not shoot very well. Was in pain for much of the round, and we've been having some beautiful weather here lately. I think it was in the mid-70s today. So it was very, very pleasant. But it also means that we have now got to deal with pollen from the fall, and I have allergies to pretty much everything that grows. So it makes life very miserable when I'm trying to what's the recipe for this? Cherry fence. Aha. And I don't think I need that many. So I'm kind of hating life right now with the allergies. I deal with it in the spring, I deal with it through the summer, and then in the fall it comes and kicks me in the butt. So I apologize, although I don't know why I'm apologizing. It's just the fact of life that I have to deal with. So not my fault. There we go. Sorry, got a little distracted there. Okay, so we have completed those, and we'll put the tops on those a bit later once I figure out what color to use, because I don't know if we have all the dyes right now. I don't want to use gray, so we'll probably go with purple, and what other color do we have on there that we haven't been using? Oh, you know what? Could probably use yellow. Although I don't really want to use yellow. We'll figure it out. So this is our bazaar, and kind of the highlight of this. So we've got two villagers in here right now, and those were the only two villagers that we had left. And gratefully, the zombies cannot get at them. Not that they really can, because we've claimed this space for the base and we have mobs turned off, so we should be okay in that regard. But this here is the block I mentioned a couple episodes back, and this is the trading post. And so you can see all of the sales that are available from each of the mobs. So this is the level 1 sales, I believe. And I believe that how this works is you can go left and right to get to the level 2, level 3, and level 4, and so on, trades that the villagers they have active. So I would assume that if we've already made this trade, then if they're no longer trading it, it'll go gray, and then you can just kind of click through each of the different ones by clicking on the left arrow or the right arrow. So that's a kind of cool thing to have, because going around to the villagers, you forget which one you talk to, and you're trying to hunt down for the one you're looking for. So now we can just, I think the radius is like 32 blocks from here, which would encompass all of this without a problem at all. And actually, when we get the village breeder in, it might actually incorporate them as well. So I think that'd be okay. We'll have to figure out the mechanic there. But yeah, this is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can have 20 trades for 20 villagers, which is awesome. So looking forward. Excuse me. Looking forward to getting that in place and fully operational. So great job on that. Garixx built most of the stuff, and he built the fountain too. We took a stab at, both of us took a stab at the fountain. Both of us failed, and then he came up with this pretty awesome design. So this is looking pretty cool. We're not going to get to the breeder for a while, but the next other thing I wanted to show you. Oh, we actually put something in here. What did we put in here? So we got a chunk loader, and we have. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to try and make this self-sufficient, possibly. So we may have, or even to provide power to the tree farm, we may put a boiler in here, or some sort of power system, which would be kind of cool. So we got a little mini power station here or something, utility building. And we're still gonna get rid of the farm. I don't know where we're gonna put it though. We've been kind of talking about the aqueduct, but we're not positive yet on that. So no decision has been made. And over here is where we have built the tree farm. Not the tree farm, but the tree harvesting logging facility. And this is actually based off of a real life picture. And I think I did it justice. I will pause right now and show you what that picture is. So this is the before, and this is the after. Okay, so I think I did a pretty good job. This here is actually red wood, so it's wood that we've dyed. So it's colored wood planks. So it's basically oak with a red stain on it, but it looks pretty cool. We could have gone with red wood, but I think it looked a little too deep for what I was going for. I wanted it kind of bright. So we've got some balsa wood here. Looking pretty nice. Got a table. We can look out to the base, the main base, and we can look out here the window to the village. We're gonna have to come up with a name for the village. I guess we could call it Tranquility as well, but I don't know. I'd like to have a name, an official name. So up here is probably I don't even know what to say about this. This was an idea I had in my head, and I don't even know if it's a feasible idea or not. So the farm itself is going to be run off of with Steve's carts, and that's what's going to be doing the planting and the harvesting of the trees. So I thought about controlling some of the tracks and things from here. So basically you come up to the system and you'd say, okay, I want to have, this is the sapling I want to plant, and this is how many of the sapling I want to plant. and it would automatically be able to figure out, based on which one I'm selecting, what the size of that tree is. So it could be a 1x1 or a 2x2 or 3x3. So it would know which one it was, and it would send it out to an appropriate cart, and that cart would go and plant it in an appropriate place. So what I want to have is a separate section, possibly over here. I'm not sure over here or over there, but basically I want to have a section for oak trees, which is basically going to be used only for fuel. So every time the cart comes out, it'll come through. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have one cart that runs around gathering fuel and sticking it into the cargo manager, so that there's always fuel available. Or actually, it would somehow make it back into the AE system, so that we have fuel here. It would automatically smelt it within the Steve cart, so that there was fuel available for all of the Steve carts that go through. So there might be one separate Steve cart for a 3x3, one separate one for the 1x1s, and a separate one for the 2x2s, and then there'd be a separate one for the fuel, is what I'm thinking. I may be whacked out. I may be not thinking along the lines of something that's realistic and would work, but I am willing to give it a shot. I am very new to Steve's carts, never used them before, so I want to see if this is even possible. And I think the only way to really do that is to have, instead of having the grass here, is to have this whole area, or the area that I don't want trees to be planted in, to be made of some other material. And I don't know what that material would be. I'm thinking gravel, but we're already using gravel for the paths. So what I could do is use dried dirt, but I don't know if that would work either. So I don't know. Some things I need to sort out. I'll probably have to work on a lot of this in creative mode just to figure out if I can even get it to work the way I want it to work. Just manually doing things. And then once that's done, then maybe I can add some railcraft tracks in here to be able to control which direction the different carts are going to go and what they're going to do, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. And ultimately, hopefully be able to control it all from the computer monitor up here. Because this is basically where we're going to come for all of our wood. And scaffolding drives me nuts sometimes. So all of these are going to show us, so up here we're going to show you, so this would be, let's say, the wood, and then this would be the planks, and then this would be the saplings down here, and I don't have any. So basically that would tell you that we have this amount of saplings in inventory for that particular tree, and then this would be the color that we're looking at. So you could come in and say, okay, well, I want to do a build on something, and I want to build a little doghouse. So what do I want to make that out of? And you'd be able to come up here and look at the actual wood color. You'd be able to look at the actual plank color to be able to determine, okay, this is what I want to build, and this is what I want to use. So this, I think, would be really cool. Now, this won't accommodate all of the saplings. So, but I know that some of the saplings actually do have overlap. Not overlap, I shouldn't say that. So they've got colors that are very similar. So I if you've got like different, a little bit of different shading or texture between two different blocks, we're probably not going to put one of them up here. We'll just choose which one we think we look like the best, and we'll go with that. So I think there's 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't think I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 11 on each side. So there's 22, unless I miscounted. And then there's 3. These 3 might actually be used for something else, and this will be used for something else as well. This might be used actually for tracks, and we might have fuel here and the saplings available for the oak trees. So, we've got some flexibility here, and I think this would be great to have. So this is actually powered. What is this? This is energy test rack. So this is powered from our base power. It's not using much, even though we've got all these blocks here. So 50 units, which I think translates into 25 MJ. Does that sound right? I can never remember if MJ is 2 or if MJ is 5. I think MJ is 2. So that's 25 MJ per tick of power that we're using. So it's either 25 or 10, one or the other. I can't remember which. So this is our little tree barn that we're going to use as a central place for how we're going to get the Steve cart through. I'm playing with some ideas with the Steve cart, and I don't remember what this was built with. I just know that it's not going to be the end cart that we use, because we're ultimately going to have a Galgadorian tree chopper thingy on the front. So it's not. There's no point in me showing you what's built on here. But basically, we've got chests, we've got a smelter, and we've got the solar panels and an engine on there. Not the solar engine, but we do have the solar engine, but we've also got the coal engine as well. So we have some things that are finally being developed. So I'm kind of liking how this came out. And the tracks, I wanted it to come out one end and go back in the other end, but you have to at some point cross this road here. So the only way that I could think of to do that and make it look normal, somewhat normal, is to build a little tunnel. So we built a little tunnel. And like any rail track, it is built on gravel with ties. Although I don't think the ties that you see in the game can actually be placed. So we've just got wood planks on either side. And we've got, obviously the ties are part of the tracks. So that is our little tree area doodad. And I took out our spruce farm and put in a pumpkin farm. And why on earth would I possibly want to have that many pumpkins? Well, let me show you. And unfortunately, it looks as though the frame degradation has come back. So I'm going to try not to spend too much time here. And get out back over to the village. And I don't need the sign. I don't have... we've got 17 of that, so I'll take that. And I think I want it purple, right? Might as well grab the dye while I'm here. Purple is going to be red and blue, if I'm not mistaken. Red and lapis. Haha! Purple. So we've got purple and yellow. I don't like the yellow. What dyes do we have? I could probably use cyan. And I don't... Do I want to go with brown? I don't know if I want a crap-colored awning. I guess I could go with brown. I don't want to go with pink. I don't want to go with light blue. And we're already using green. And I don't want to use gray, I don't think. Although I guess I could. Well, yeah, let's go with the crap brown. Cocoa. I like cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Maybe I've already got the stuff already made up. No. All of this wood is left over from the prank I did at Avarix's base. So we have some excess of the greens. And the blue was for the internal carpet, and the red was for the base carpeting. over in Sherman's area, his aquarium. I guess I'm going to need to find some yellow flowers. Never thought I would have a shortage of those. Alright, so we've got brown, and we've got white, and we've got purple and yellow. Oh. So, pumpkins. We have 2,817 pumpkins. So I have turned the farm off, obviously, because it was full. But why would I need all of that? So I've been watching some videos lately from Etho. And he makes copious use. I don't know if I'm using that word right. He's making use of jack-o'-lanterns for indirect lighting. So in his man cave, in his single-player world, he uses these indirectly. So he plants them like underneath half slabs. And since half slabs are pretty much transparent, the light will shine through and it will light up the immediate area. So that is why I did that. So I tried it as an experiment. And I need to use this. So there's one here. There's one here. Man, I almost did the whole thing here. Okay, so I want to have one here. Do I want one here? No. I want one here. So we'll plant a few of these. Now the thing with jack-o'-lanterns is that you can't have... You have to have a block underneath them for them to get planted. So that can be a challenge. So I've got it over there, and I think I want to have it right here. Oops. And if I'm not mistaken, I was putting these pretty much in the middle of the trees. And I think, well, I got one there. Maybe I should put it here. Although for that matter, I probably could just line the whole pathway with these. But I don't want to waste them, even though we've got a crap load of them. Alright, so we want to have it here. You know what? We'll put it here. Alright, so this... You know, we've turned mobs off in this area, so I'm not really worried about mobs spawning, but I think it provides some nice lighting. And I do want to get rid of the torches, because we've got torches spammed all over the place here. And that primarily is to keep away the mobs, but since we've got that turned off, I want to find a viable alternative to having those torches all over the place, so we need to come up with some indirect lighting, and I think I might stick some up here in the tree, maybe some glowstone or something to just kind of provide some ambient light around here without making it overly obvious. And I've got them in the path here as well. I wanted to try using them over that way along the path to the B area. Now we've got a road light in the middle here, but that's not... I mean, that'll serve this area, and it actually looks good there. But because of the way that we've built the base, it's really close to the surface, and we've actually gone down a block for the road, so there really isn't an option for us for planting anything around here, which is why you got the roadblocks on the sides here, because basically the block right underneath this is like the roof. Oh, maybe not. I mean, I don't really need it here because we have the road light. Where it becomes a problem is when we're coming down here. And I wanted to put some lights in here, and you can see this kind of shadowy stuff here. I wanted to get rid of that, and I don't think there's a way for me to do that, because if I take this out, man, I'm making myself a liar. No, I'm not. So underneath this block, it looks like stone. And let me get some stone. So I want to replace that immediately. So right underneath it, we've got the pathway here. So I can't put a lantern here. It'll look stupid. So, kind of stuck. Look at that. I had stone already on me. Oop. Get up there. Alright. So I can't really do anything lighting-wise up here. So we'll have to come up with something more creative. Possibly making use of the Magnum torches or something. I don't know. We'll come up with something. Yeah, we'll come up with something. That's not blocking that, is it? Nope. Good. Getting close, man. Getting close. We also were able to get a couple of new saplings, which is great. So that'll add to our collection and to the saplings that we can grow up here. And I'm wondering also, now that I think of it, we could probably come up with a program that will plant X number of saplings and allow us to also say, okay, I want to do a program and I want you to run through this number of saplings, this number of saplings, this number of saplings for these different kinds of trees, or I want you to run through one tree of each of the saplings that we have, so that we can keep things on hand of things that we want to always keep. I don't know. There could be some options. Of course, I'm signing myself up for a lot of work because that would require the computer craft stuff, and it's been a while since I messed with that, and that's not something I'm looking forward to getting back into. Well, I am looking forward to it. I shouldn't say that, but I'm also kind of dreading it. So, as you can see, we've taken out all of the lights that are out here in the grass. Almost. Okay, so now we've taken most of them out. So it's pretty dark, right? The glowy plant things give off a little bit of light, but not a lot. And we don't have any lights over here. Actually, this would probably be a good example. So let me knock... This is the middle here. So let me knock this guy out. Sand. And... Oh, nuts. No. Brown. I didn't have any slab. Forgot I used full bricks, full blocks there. So we're just going to stick a little one up here. So you remember that was dark? Well, it's no longer dark now. So just for uniformity, we'll put another one here. There. So now that looks beautiful. It's got light. I've done the same thing through here. And you got the little shadows, which is okay because we've got a tree canopy over us. But the path is lit. And you can see here, you're starting to see dark. Dark shadows creeping in. And we have also lit glowstone above these. So that these have light, ambient light. You don't necessarily see them unless you're coming in from the side. Not that you're really looking for them either. But this provides some light for the vendors and provides some light for the area. So we don't really have to have lighting, which is good because the street light option that we were looking at a couple episodes back was not happy with any of those. And even though there was one that we liked over the other three, we didn't really like any of them. So I don't think we're going to use them. As cool as it would be to have lights come on at night, ain't gonna happen, I don't think. I would just, no, don't like them. Don't like them. Don't like them. So, oh, hello. Forgot about this. Where are we? We are underneath the power area. Well, I think I'm going to seal this off. Because I want to use this for... yeah, this would be fine. Okay, so we'll just do this, and we'll do this. And we'll leave that pathway there. And this will be our pumpkin area. There we go. Done. And then we'll put another one. Let's say right. I'm not even counting these. I'm just kind of eyeballing it just to see where the shadows are. So let's put one here. Looking good. Let's get rid of these. See where we need this stuff. Okay. We'll stick one here. Now, because of where they're located, they're not going to give off the full light that you need, so you probably need to space them a little closer together. And there we go. Am I using a... I am. How awesome is that? There we go. Man. I'm liking that. God, it's so nice to get those torches out of there. Thank you, Etho. So we don't need those. Ah, yeah. Now, I would hit F3 to show you what the block light level is, but that would be a mistake on my part, because that would show you my coordinates. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to pause the video and do it. So bear with me for a second. Okay, so the block level through the tunnel doesn't go below 9, and the block light level, and if you hit F3, the BL value that you see up there, that's the block light level. So going through here, it doesn't drop below 10. I think it might drop at 9 toward the end. And going through here, it doesn't go below 9. So we are safe from mobs, even if we turn mobs back on. At least in this area, anyway. We're definitely not safe out here in the grass. But at least I think this is a little more realistic, because, I mean, grass isn't lit. So I don't know what parks you go to, but generally they're not going to put lights in the middle of a grass field. So this is perfect. So that is looking good. Awesome. So a bit of a short update episode. Actually, you know, let me finish this because that's going to bug me. So we are going to, I think, do purple. So we got red and we got blue. And what does red and blue make? Purple. That's a light purple, man. That's all right. I think I can live with that. So the question now becomes, do we put... I think we got to do it on this side. See, I don't... I'm wondering... Well, how many? This is 4 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these guys are kind of oriented so that they face the square. So this guy faces the fountain, that guy faces the fountain, You can still walk up from the road and not be blocked by this, so you can still talk to the guys and do whatever you need to do. Obviously, nobody's ever going to do that, but in theory, let's stretch our imaginations a bit. You could walk up the side of the road here and talk to these guys and buy their stuff, but they're kind of meant to be facing the square. So that's why it's open on this side as opposed to that side. And I like this. I don't think I would like it with that. I think that looks too housey, and that's not what we're going for. We're kind of going for the awning effect, which would actually be made a little easier if we had microblocks, but we don't. So these guys are also facing the square, which makes it a little bit of a problem with these guys because they're not facing a square. And actually, this is kind of off. I don't know. I don't want to tear the fountain down because I like it. But it is not symmetrical. I was kind of hoping to have something like right in the middle so that the villagers could look out and this would be kind of bordered by these guys. I don't know. I wonder if we can turn these guys sideways, though. You know, I'm not going to finish building this because I think I need to consult with Garixx and see what we can come up with. Because if we can make the fountain a little smaller and center it a little more, I mean, this looks really nice. But I think the proportions over here with the tunnel and the proportions here, I don't think they can change. But we might be able to change the fountain, make it a little smaller, shift it over a bit so that it's centered with this area here. And then turn these guys possibly sideways so that they're coming out from the wall. So instead of the short side being here, this would be the long side, and then the short side would be here. So you could fit 2, maybe 3. So 1, 2, 3, possibly. This is what, 5 blocks? 4 blocks. So this would be 4. This would be lengthwise. So it'd be 1. No, we'd have to start. Would we have to start there? Yeah, we'd have to come out 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would be the front. And then it'd be a space. And then there'd be a space. So 2 between. 1. So this would be awning. And then we would have... I put them away already. Let's use brown for wood. So they'd be sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's perfect. So it would have an awning against here. So this block here would be against here. And then we would have wood, 2, 3, 4. And then we would have a walkway. Oh, shoot. Okay, don't do that. So there's nothing on this side. So the awning is in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walkway. Wood. Possibly. Maybe awning. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be it. So you'd be able to get 2. So maybe we'd move that out from the wall. But I think I'd prefer to see these guys sideways. And then this guy could be turned sideways. And then these guys would be just the lone guys that are lengthwise. I think that would look better. Because it looks off right now because these guys are not, this isn't centered with this. Alright, I don't want to take this down because Garixx built it. So until I talk to him, I'm not going to do anything more here, but I think what we're going to try and do is get these turned sideways and then have them start a little further back and centered in this 5-block area, since we're 5 blocks wide. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd have one on either side, so that would be perfectly centered. And I think it's the same over there. Okay, well, I guess that is really all we're going to do today. So we're not going to finish the village shops, but that is what this is kind of what we're looking at. And that's the trading post that we're going to use. So we covered the new tree farm thing, tree facility, the logging facility. I'm going to have to call it something cool. But we got that going, and we did the lights. So I think we did enough for this episode. I don't want to keep it, well, it's not short, but I don't want to keep it long. So, oh, look at that. Garixx just came online. So let me talk to him, and hopefully we'll have something for the next episode. So until then, take care. Okay, so I had to come back because as soon as I started talking to Garixx, he asked me if I'd seen something that he'd built, and he called it his slut house. So, oh, this is too funny. So, only players can come. Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh, oh my lord. This is too cool. This is a great job. Oh man. The Garixx Bunny Ranch. Oh, that's so inappropriate. Alright, keep it family, keep it family. This is funny. Oh, we need to put a sign-in book here. I had to show you that. That is too funny. That is too funny. Okay, well, that will end the episode on a classy note, and we'll get with Garixx and talk about the village. Take care.